Uh, well, I just want to point out the extent of Bank Nifty's weakness over the last 3 or 4 days. Why is that important? Is that if you look at the month-to-date performance, the Nifty is now down 4.25%, and despite the last 3 days of near collapse in the Bank Nifty, it's down about 3%. That was the extent of outperformance before this decline began. IT index, for example, is down more. It's down about 4.5% or so, because in the first half, it was a bit of a reverse. Now for the last couple of days, actually, IT has managed to outperform. Despite that, the Bank Nifty has shown some bit of disproportionate move. Kunj Bansal is joining us now. Kunj, hi, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. What's your view on the large financials first, Kunj? Because that's where we had a very nice rally building in, all through the month of August and maybe the first week of September as well. But after that, things turned.
Yeah, so let's also put in perspective the fact that the outperformance or the performance in the financials came in last few months after a reasonably long underperformance of almost 18-20 months or so before that. So I think it's just the beginning. I don't think that with this correction that has the top been made, or as the performance or outperformance will be over for banking stocks, especially large financials. I don't think so. In fact, if we look at the credit growth rate, it's at the 16% plus, which is almost 10-year high, 9-year high to be more specific. Of course, we have credit policy coming in. Let's also keep in mind so you were giving rightly the numbers that month till date we are down on Nifty about 4%. Before that, if we go in July, we were up 9%, and in the month of August we were up 3%. So that's 9 plus 3, 12. Not that we can add it. And from the June low, we were up more than 15-16%. From there, market was to correct, and it was good that it corrected. And in a falling market, high beta like BFSI banking will correct. But I think my view continues to remain positive. Whenever we will see market turning around, we will see buying first coming into these stocks. Credit policy is one of the factors that we will know on Friday. So that's a slight short-term hiccup, if at all. Although I don't think there'll be any negative surprise. There certainly won't be more than 50 basis point hike in the RBI policy. So even that is not a very big negative for me. So the view remains positive.
Right, hi Kunj. Good afternoon. Kunj, what's your view on these gold finance companies? As we speak, Muthoot Finance is rocketing up. It's up close to around 5.5–6%. Any view on any of those names, Manappuram or Muthoot, or do you want to play it via some of those other banking names that have high amount of exposure to the gold finance theme?
Yeah. So with the disclosure that I own both the pure gold financing companies, Manappuram and Muthoot, obviously that shows that my view on a medium to long term is positive. But let me also put in perspective that we have seen a very sharp underperformance from both these stocks in last few months, let's say 7-8 months or so. In fact, as we were just discussing, that despite the banking sector has started to outperform in last 2 months or so, the same has not been the case with these. In fact, leave aside today's 3-4% rise in Muthoot Finance, it was at a 52-week low yesterday or day before or something like that. The main reason for that last 2 quarters, the numbers for these companies were not as good. The other thing is that the gold price has been coming down marginally, if not very sharply, or earlier it was flat and has been coming down. So their prices, the stock prices of gold finance companies, is also linked to gold prices, because the valuation of the gold reserve that they have straight away comes down, or if the gold prices start to go up, that valuation goes up. So although they have enough margin in terms of loan to value, but still sentimentally market does take it that way. So in terms of a specific view, since as I told you, I hold them in terms of valuation, they have corrected very sharply. The numbers should start correcting. It's quite likely that we might see good growth in September or in December quarter, because we will be in the festival season. So typically demand picks up. In banking sector, we have already seen credit growth picking up. So part of that should reflect in the growth of these two companies also. So for any medium-term view, my view, medium-term holding period, my view continues to remain positive, although both the stocks have been affected by short-term developments.
A huge underperformance, down 30% for the year, even after today's 6%.
That's
move.
right.
So just absolutely crazy. Z, any thoughts? It's making a bit of a move, 3% higher. I mean, the market has been waiting for that CCI approval for some time. It'll come when it comes, one way or the other, but your thoughts?
So it's a great stock for traders. The trading horizon, sometimes one gets intraday movement also, sometimes intra-week, intra-month also. But the long-term chart, price chart of the share itself will show that it's not a stock for medium-term investors. Those investors who want to buy and keep for long-term, or who want to buy and sleep on these. A lot of news flows keep coming, a lot of triggers keep floating around and there. Some of them are right, some of them obviously are rumors. So it's a great stock for traders, and I think accordingly traders with their strict stop losses should continue to trade. But in my view, medium-term peace-loving investors should completely avoid this stock.
You said sleep-loving investors, right? I thought peace-loving investors.
Earlier I said who want to sleep, and then I said peace-loving.
Okay, now got that. We'll take a quick break here. Go and stay with us. 10 points or so, 11 points. It's come back into the green. Nimesh was telling us that towards close, what's called market at close, sort of inflows perhaps, and that seems to be happening. He specifically mentioned Infosys. Let's look at if we got a bit of a move there. Yes, it is. So Infi is up a little bit, and the overall market has come up a little bit as well, some 20 to 25 points. We'll take a very quick break here. There's still 10 minutes to go for close. More market chatter on the other side.